Hello, everybody. You know, life definitely can seem like a circus. Well, in this case, a divine circus. And sometimes we feel like the circus elephant has pooped on us, and we are literally covered in it. We're wondering how we're going to get the motivation to start digging because we're tired of being covered in elephant poop. Who wouldn't be? So, with this very small spread, it's my intention to pull cards that will give you the motivation to find the shovel and start digging your way out, to show you what's up ahead and why you should keep fighting. So I'm using myself as the guinea pig here. I've pulled 3 cards, and I'm just going to show you what these cards are like. It's a different kind of art. It's a very different kind of deck. It's one that I avoided for a long time, but by golly, it's one of my favorites. Some blessings are obvious. The door that opens, the person who says yes, and the instant success of an idea. But not all blessings are instantly recognizable. Some blessings are so veiled that at first you might consider them to be an unwanted development. A concealed blessing is either already at work in your life or on its way. Don't worry if you feel like things aren't working out as they should. Soon enough, the disguise will be dropped, and the blessed unmasked in all its beauty. Blessings are the mysterious workings of the universe, there to help us along our unique life path to live our truth and fulfill our potential. The universe has the knack of knowing just what it is we need, even when sometimes we might think we need something altogether different. This is how it can be that something we resist and reject in our lives can become the very thing we are most grateful for later on. We realize it has been a blessing masked, something actually helping us, even though it might have come in the form of a challenge or struggle before we eventually gain great benefit from it. The Oracle of Divine Disguise brings you a positive message and prediction for your future. It brings you the promise of peace of mind and a realization that the universe does really know what it's doing. It's in your corner, on your side, cheering you on and helping you avoid unnecessary pitfalls, even if you don't know they exist. The oracle indicates that the real beauty of a situation isn't obvious to you yet. It could be a delay or change in plans that turns out to be in your favor, even if at the time you aren't sure. It could be the wrong person saying no so the right person can say yes. It could be by being blocked from turning back to your past, so you must continue forward into the magic of your future. Whatever your hidden blessing, the Oracle of Divine Disguise tells you that you are soon going to realize just how loved and helped you are in all areas of your life. When this oracle appears, you are being told specifically that you don't need to worry. Even that which appears to be most troublesome is going to reveal itself to be working in your favor. My next card that came out is Sacred Fool. And I am reading these straight from the book because Alana Fairchild is one of my favorite people for channeled messages. The messages are always so exquisite in the way they are phrased, and I don't want to butcher them with any kind of rephrasing or interpretation. Imagine a life free from concern about the opinions of other people. A life where you feel brave enough, free enough, trusting enough to play the fool, to make a choice even if it seems illogical, unreasonable, daring, or downright foolish. Cast aside sensible opinions and poker faces. The sacred fool invites you to live unafraid, to take a risk and step away from the confines of what seems sensible and logical in life. There's much to be said for common sense, practicality, and a grounded approach, especially with spiritual matters and creating a life that fulfills your dreams. But if you are really going to live, love, thrive, and create this lifetime, to be original, then you are also going to need to be willing to run the risk of being seen to be the fool. Some people will call you stupid, naive, foolish, and delusional if you dare to dream and follow that dream in all the ways you can possibly imagine. If you refuse to give up, even if others tell you that if it hasn't happened by now, it's never going to happen, then they might say you are a child, silly, disconnected from their idea of the real world. Don't listen to those voices. They don't understand that the power of the fool is truth. In the court, the fool was the one the king would trust and ask for advice. Why? Because he was allowed to speak the truth, where others would try to make politically smart choices to win them power. The fool just called a spade a spade. When the fool in you speaks, it's to tell you something true. It might seem inconvenient, frightening, or exciting. It might turn your world upside down or inspire you with greater happiness and faith. It's not your job to reason it away or say that it's too difficult or dangerous or potentially deluded to act upon that truth. It's your job to remember that the game of life can only be won if you are willing to take the risk and play it. So when the sacred fool is part of your hand, listen up, take a chance, take a risk, and forget about what other people think. Instead, listen to yourself and live true. Here is my last card, Red Countess. Deep within, you know what is true and what to do or not do. Yet there is so much noise and distraction in the world, and even at times in our own minds, that listening for our inner wisdom can seem like trying to hear gentle bird song in the midst of a rock concert. Even so, you are hearing an inner truth, and deep down, you know it. Can you trust that it is safe to not only hear your inner voice, but act on it too? There is something that you know. You've felt, sensed, heard, or realized this truth more than once. Even if others see or feel differently, you just know what you know, even if you don't quite know how you know it. When the Red Countess appears, she is reminding you of what you know, no matter how convincingly someone, or even you, might be able to talk you out of it for a while. The truth always returns to be dealt with eventually. This is not meant to be a warning. It is meant to be a reassurance, an encouragement to be bold and to act on what you feel. Give your truths value. Hold your feelings and insights in high enough esteem to pay attention to them, to give yourself time to process what you think, feel, and sense. Know that they are worth acting on, even if that action just means to trust more and stop worrying. If you cannot figure out what your inner truths are, or you feel confused by conflicting thoughts and feelings, torn between head and heart, then you are in a state of information overload. You need to switch off, discharge some excess mental and emotional energy, and take a break. If a device was overheating, you would switch it off and let it cool down so it wouldn't burst into flames beyond repair. Treat your brain, your nervous system, your body, your mind with the same good sense. Unplug for a few moments at least. Give yourself some time out from the crazy noise and constant distractions of the world so you can get in touch with what is true for you. If you have a vision or feeling about someone or something you are uncertain about, Red Countess confirms the accuracy of your insight. Trust yourself and then choose to act from your truths. Now I have to say thank you to Spirit because I know exactly what these cards are referring to. I know exactly what I know. I know exactly what I feel. And I am looking forward to the blessing to be unmasked. Okay, so that is what this Divine Circus spread is going to be all about. Short and sweet, but beautiful and empowering. Take care.